Okay, guys, here's the second video. And now this video, the reason why another, it couldn't have been involved, or it would have been an hour-long video. I'm going to try to cut this one way down, maybe 15 minutes. I've told you guys that I've owned several businesses in my life. One of the first ones I ever owned was a car detailing business. I started it in Florida and carried it over to Arizona when I went to Arizona. I also did VCR repairs in the 90s, I believe it was. Uh, I had a house painting business. I've done many things, but before the computer systems came along, folks, you had to, in order to have a business, you had to advertise. Your advertising had to be started off with business cards, which people still use business cards today. I understand that, but that used to be the first thing, and the only thing that you had to start with was a business card with your name on it and your phone number, so you could pass it out to people. Then you would have to have flyers that you might pass out on the street or send to people in the mail or stick in their doors or whatever. And you also had to advertise in the newspaper. That was the big place to advertise, newspaper, and the yellow pages. The yellow pages usually cost you the most. And I always tried to do at least a dollar size ad or bigger. And back then, the last time I remember, I was paying about $500 a month for just advertising. Now I want to show you. I was digging it through this shit, and I found this was my first invoice of the car detailing business that I had, and I ended up using the top part of it as a business card. But I used this guy. I didn't even come up with this. This was a guy I cleaned his Corvette for him, and he was a graphics designer, and he came up with this. He drawed the Corvette and everything, but he came up with this. Now remember, my name is Brian Grooms. That's where BG comes from. But he made up, this was just to do a contract with somebody to clean their car. And you can even see BG on the license plate on the Corvette. But that was one of my first flyers that I ever printed for my business, for one of my first businesses. It wasn't my first, but it was one of my first real businesses. Now, I also told you guys I did VCR repairs. Now, this one here I came up with on my own, and I would take this to your local video stores, and they would hang it up, and they would also, at these local video stores, their customers would bring their broken VCRs into that store, and I would come around on the weekends and grab them up. If I could fix them right there, I'd fix them right there. If I couldn't and I needed to take them with me, I'd take them with me and go fix them and bring them back. And I made pretty good money doing that, folks. Now, I know you all have heard me tell you I painted houses. Now, I painted with my dad for about 10 years. Maybe a little more than that. At least 10 years before I ever even went on my own. Now, when I went on my own, I made up my own business cards, but I wanted to use me and my father. I wanted to combine it in. I wanted that on my business card. So I drawed this up myself. And the bigger guy is me. The smaller guy is my dad. Let's see if you guys can see that. Get a little closer here. I drawed this up, and actually, these were my business cards for, and if you even look, butt crack. Those were my business cards for my business when I was in business for painting houses. Now I want to show you. I mean that I'm trying. That was kind of to show you that I have had businesses. I haven't. Most of my time I have spent working for myself, not other people. Now I want to show you some of my artwork. This ain't people. I sold a lot of paintings. The ones that I didn't sell, my family members now own. I've given them all to my family members. Most of my artwork, from scratch boards to hand drawings, ink drawings, charcoal, whatever. I've given all those, the real art pieces, to my family members. They now hang in my family members' houses and stuff. A lot of my oil paintings I sold. I still have. I think I still have one, or maybe I don't have any. The one that's still at my house is my daughter's. But these are small hand drawings that I did that I've just kept for whatever reasons. Now I also one of them, which I'll get to in a minute. This here is one of my oldest pencil drawings. I can't even remember how old I was when I drew this, but let me see. This is on older paper. It's yellow. It's pretty old, so I'm guessing late teens, early 20s is when I draw. I was in my late teens or my early 20s when I draw this. I protect it because it is one of my oldest hand drawings. Now this one here, I've always been into cars, folks, and this has always been one of my favorite cars. And I don't remember how young or how old I was, but rad dad, so I think I might have already been married to my wife when I drawed this. Now I know you guys know about my Fakawi four-wheeler channel. And this is and I wish I'd had a picture of my Bronco to show you. But this is where I came up. I had to do a magazine layout. I had to create a magazine and do a magazine layout when I was in college. And so I had a lot of buddies that we all went out four-wheeling. And I kind of nicknamed us the Fakawi four-wheelers, which comes from an old joke of the Fakawi Indian tribe that they always saw them up on the mountains going, where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we? So I took Fakawi, and that's where I come up with my Fakawi four-wheelers, because we're always up on the mountain. Where the fuck are we? You know, but I used my own Bronco in the design. But this was a real original layout I did for the logo, for the magazine and everything. And this right here, you can see I messed up when I was drawing it, drawed it too big. So I had to staple an extra piece of paper in there. This was the original. This is what I worked from. Hand drawn. This was another one. The only thing is I always wanted my tire on the back. I never did mount my tire on the back. But, and my Bronco was blue, or not blue, it was white. I wanted a blue one. But that, I still designed that drawing after my Bronco I had in Arizona. Now this one here, and it's, let me see. This one here, it actually was a scratch board, if you people know anything about what that is. The original now sits at my daughter's house in Arizona, but I also used it to make some prints back after the attack on the towers, and I made these prints to be this. Now you can see the eagle. If you actually look real close, you can see it's scratched in. Everything is scratched in. I did this actual eagle. That was the way it looked when I was done with it. Like I said, my daughter has it out in Arizona. I added that to it and made a print. That was one of my designs. Now, let me see what else I got here. I got a bunch of stuff here, folks, but I'm sure you might not be interested in a lot of it. Let me look back through here. This kind of always been one of my favorites. And I was just messing around. I think the Olympics was going on at the time. But let me do this. I was just doodling. And that was the first one I came up with, where the guy's gonna pole vault, just a little clowning around. Then let's see. This guy, he's doing the javelin toss. And then the last one, a runner. I didn't quite get his foot up and over the... That's just some clowning around shit, folks. Put it back in later. Let's see here. And then this one, I had to do a comic strip. Had to do a comic strip. This is all I could come up with at the time. And I was living in Arizona. Let's see. Let's get it up there. Can you read the words, folks? If you can't, pause it and blow it up or something. It's a stupid little comic. All right, folks. That's it on this one, 13 minutes. But like I said, folks, I'm only showing you this stuff to show you guys that I'm not lying about myself. When I tell you guys stories about my life, I'm not lying to you. I have no reason to lie about it. And maybe this will help. I don't know. Make you believe me when I say to find Jesus. That's what I'm hoping. Just makes you believe me. I don't care if you believe anything else, folks. Just believe me when I say it's time to find Jesus. And this is for some of those guys that still claiming I'm a liar. The funny thing is, folks, is I have family members and people that used to be family members that are watching my channel that know what I'm telling you to be true. If they didn't, if I was sitting there lying to you, it would be all over the damn comments. I'm sure YouTube would allow that. But not even they are telling you that. You guys, I love you. Till the next time, have a good one.